Hello, friends. Today I am going to tell you a horror story based on a real-life incident. This story is about a mother's love so powerful, it refused to die. It happened in a quiet village in Kyoto, and even today, no one has been able to fully explain the melody that still plays in the dark. So let's begin. Her name was Yumi, a mother, a dreamer. In 1923, in the mountains of Kyoto, she sang the same lullaby to her daughter, Hana, every single night. "Sleep, little blossom, the moon watches over you." It was their song, their promise. And she kept that promise inside a small, hand-carved music box, a cherry blossom design, delicate, perfect. She even placed a tiny silk ribbon inside, embroidered with both their names. A vow, a tether. But then the earthquake came. The ground shook, the house collapsed, and in the chaos, in the dust and the screams, Hana was gone. Yumi survived, but her heart shattered. For days, she searched the rubble, calling her daughter's name into the wind, into the silence. And then one evening she found it, the music box, buried under ash-stained cherry blossoms, scratched but intact. With trembling hands, she wound it, and the lullaby played, clear, perfect, as if Hana were humming right beside her. That night, Yumi swore she felt a small hand slip into hers, a whisper against her cheek. "Mama, I'm still here." Grief is a door, and love is a key. Yumi couldn't let go. She kept the box, played it every night. And every night, Hana's presence grew stronger. The villagers whispered. They said the house was never quiet, that on still nights you could hear two voices singing, a mother and a child. Years passed, Yumi grew old, and when she finally passed, the house was sealed. But the box disappeared. Decades later, in 2024, a collector named Akari found it at a forgotten estate sale. The seller warned her, his voice low. "It plays by itself, and it remembers." Akari didn't believe in ghosts. She believed in history, in beauty. So she took it home. She placed it on her desk, and as she turned away, the lid creaked open, just a crack. She wound it, and the lullaby began. At first, it was clean, soft, beautiful, but then a subtle distortion. A second voice joined, soft, childlike, singing along. That night, Akari dreamed of cherry blossoms falling in slow motion, of a little girl in a white kimono reaching out. "Will you sing with me?" She woke suddenly. The room was cold. Her breath fogged in the air, and from the corner of her eye, a small figure stood by the window. She told herself it was stress, jet lag, but then the box began to play, without being touched. And Akari felt it, not fear, not at first, but longing, a pull in her chest, as if someone she'd never met was waiting for her to remember. She researched, she dug through old journals, village records, and she learned the truth. Yumi and Hana, the earthquake, the promise that never ended. The ribbon inside the box wasn't just decoration, it was a vow. "Wherever you are, my love, I will find you, and I will sing you home." And in that moment, Akari understood. This wasn't a haunting. It was a reunion waiting to happen. She sat on the floor, holding the box. Tears streamed down her face, and she began to hum the lullaby. The room filled with soft, golden light. Cherry blossom petals drifted through the air, though the windows were closed. A small, translucent hand reached toward hers. But here's the twist that will break your heart and freeze your soul. The box doesn't just play for anyone. It chooses. It listens for a heart that knows loss, that carries love that has nowhere to go. And when it finds that heart, it doesn't haunt. It adopts. Yumi's love was so powerful, so pure, that it bound her spirit to the box. And Hana's innocence became a beacon. They aren't trapped. They're waiting for someone to carry their song forward. But there's a warning, a rule. If you wind the box, you must finish the song. If you stop, if you walk away, the connection breaks, and the loneliness returns. 100 years of waiting for nothing. So if you ever find a small, hand-carved music box with cherry blossom designs, and you hear a lullaby on a quiet night, listen closely. Because it might not be the wind. It might be a mother, still singing her child home. And if you hum along, just once, you become part of their story, forever. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoy real-life horror stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have experienced something strange or paranormal in real life, you can share your story with us. Maybe your story will appear in the next video.